In case you missed it, astronomers are predicting a rare star alignment in the heavens. Here on Earth, the DUTCHTOWN Griffins battle the East Ascension Spartans in a big 5-5A district matchup. If the stars align just right, maybe the Spartans can knock off one of the best teams in the state. We'll find out if the heavens smile right here on the REV Game of the Week.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Technology, a modern blessing, but a curse when issues arise. Your business systems should enhance your operations, not complicate them. REV Business is your human touch in the digital world, with personal support and meaningful solutions to your real-world challenges. We are a local team who will do whatever it takes to keep you up and running for internet, hosted phone, and security. Experience the difference of working with REV Business. 90 years of connecting Louisiana.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
Hi, I'm Haley Leindecker with Action Therapy and Wellness in Gonzales, and I'm here to show you simple exercises to improve shoulder strength and thoracic mobility for all athletes.
Resisted external rotation will strengthen your rotator cuff. Stand tall with your arms straight out and the elbow bent at 90 degrees. Keeping your elbow in place, rotate your arm outward against the resistance. For internal rotation, set up the same 90-90 arm position, but with the resistance anchored on the same side. Rotate your arm inward, bringing your hand towards the ground while keeping your elbow fixed. This is called open books and half kneeling. The resistance band is held forward with both hands. Rotate your upper body open to the side, pulling the band across while keeping your lower body stable.
Action Therapy and Wellness specializes in physical therapy, sports therapy, occupational, and hand therapy. Just remember, no referrals needed. Give us a call today.
Good morning, everybody, in a rare morning baseball game here at Johnny Ambo Park. I'm Jimmy Frederick, along with me, my broadcast partner and resident major leaguer, Mike Moeller. Mike, it is a blustery day. The wind is blowing 20 miles an hour straight dead center field, but it's going to be a nice day for this East Ascension versus DUTCHTOWN baseball game that we have here at East Ascension.
Yeah, it might be a little beneficial for the hitters. Typically, this is the hardest ballpark to leave. I mean, if you look at the flags out there, their start's dead center, so if you can get a ball up in that jet stream, you might have a chance to leave this yard.
Absolutely. We got 310s down the line. You got 375 in the power alleys, and straight away 400. You got to get it over that Spartan fence, however. Let's take a look at our records for 5-5A, and it's an interesting when you look down the records, and we got a couple of changes as we have our graphics here.
Yeah, so, I mean, Walker beat Denham Springs last night, so that record, Denham Springs will go to 4-5, and Walker will go to 4-5 as well. But Live Oak stays on top, undefeated so far yet in the district, and still number one in the state in the power rankings. DUTCHTOWN comes in at 7-1. They dropped one to Walker the other day. Like I said, Denham Springs, Walker. And then you got Sandoval coming in at 3-5, Prairieville at 2-8, and East Ascension at 1-7.
DUTCHTOWN plays Live Oak, don't they, coming up in the next couple of weeks, next week or so?
Yes, they do. They play, so they have EA today, EA Tuesday, and then they finish up with 2 games against Live Oak. I mean, it's go time, right? You got 4 district games left, or, you know, whether or not you solidified your spot in the playoffs, then you might want to try to make a push to move up. And if you're just on the outskirts of that those top 24, you want to try to push your way in.
And there's an opportunity for East Ascension. If they can pull off a win here, a win on Tuesday, they could really sneak into the playoffs, and who knows from there. It's a whole different season.
Yep, you're right. I mean, I think DUTCHTOWN came in this morning when I looked. They're number 9, so if East Ascension can pick up a couple wins, I mean, obviously one game at a time, you want to try to win this game today first, but two wins against the number 9 team should kind of catapult you. I think they're number 27 right now. It should put them in a pretty good position to make the playoffs.
We're going to take a look at our coaches, and Dutchtown, the longtime coach, Coach Chris Snyder.
Sheck
Snyder. I'm sorry, man. I can't even read this morning. See, it's too early for me. It's afternoon games. 18th year, heck of a run for him.
Yeah, quite the resume. I mean, he's only the second coach for Dutchtown. He follows Mike Toops, but he comes in 420 wins, 206 losses, and 2 ties overall. His district record is 148-50, and in the playoffs, he's 28-23.
And for East Ascension, Alex Grimion, longtime assistant coach here, now the head coach. So this is his program now, and he's really starting to build something.
Yeah, assistant coach here at East Ascension since 2015 under multiple different head coaches with the exit of Cade Cowan to Prairieville this year. Alex finally gets his chance and moves up into that head coach position. He's 13-16 right now. Actually was a student here and a player back in 2011 is when he graduated from East Ascension.
And you know the Grimion family pretty well. You pitched with his dad.
I do. Yep, Stacy, his dad, was a year ahead of me. Both we all of us played on this field. It's about to say. I mean, when Alex's kids start playing, that's when I'm going to get a little bit worried. And I'm seeing three generations. But that was quite a while ago.
Our keys to victory today, we'll start with the visiting team, the Dutchtown Griffins. And, talking with Coach Sheck Snyder, they got to throw strikes. They don't have – you're going to have Caden Hill on the mound. He's got some velocity, but he's got to throw strikes. And the other thing is, and I've heard this from a lot of coaches over the last few weeks, is to make the easy plays easy. And it seems so logical and so easy. But in reality, especially with the wind, easy plays could be not that easy.
Yeah, not today. I'm going to touch on the throw strikes thing first. I mean, you talk about, it sounds redundant, but, I mean, it is so true. I mean, the most important pitch in baseball is going to be strike one, right? Get ahead of the hitters. You have so many more options to try to get that hitter out if you can get ahead. And, when it's funny when you're on the mound and you hear, people yelling at you, just throw strikes, just throw strikes. Well, I mean, I'm trying to throw strikes.
Right,
it's not that easy sometimes, but you try to figure out as quick as you can. And then to make the easy plays easy, today might turn into something interesting with this wind. I mean, this is like kind of Wrigley Field, old Candlestick Park kind of wind right here. I mean, now the flags are kind of blowing out to right center, so it's swirling up there, and it's blowing pretty stiff.
And like I said, if you get something high, you get a pop-up at, shortstop, no telling where the ball's going to end up. It could end up at second base.
Exactly. You don't want, catchers and first basemen, third basemen in foul territory, you cannot give up on those plays. You don't know where that ball is going to end up.
I think Coach Grimion took this one from Mike Moeller. He said, avoid crooked numbers and, of course, get timely hits. And that, again, also seems, logical. But a lot of the times for East Ascension, they've gotten hits, but they haven't been with runners in scoring position. They haven't, had 2 outs and get a man on base or whatever. So it really is important.
Yeah, it is. And, I mean, the crooked number thing for me is that, look, you're going to get into a jam. Pitchers, I mean, it's very rare that you're not going to have much traffic on the bases. You're going to have base runners, right? If you can kind of just limit the damage, just for instance, if you get bases loaded, no outs or whatever, hey, I'm going to just try to give up 1 run right here. But if you go out there and try to strike everybody out, that's kind of when it snowballs and you get yourself into trouble. All of a sudden you have a 3 or a 4 spot up there, right? I mean, you can't go in there being unrealistic. And if you do strike everybody out, that's kind of lanyap, as we say it in this area. That's extra, but you got to go in there with the right mindset. I'm going to just try to go 1 out at a time. If they score a run or 2, at least I still have my team in a position to win.
I think the other thing for East Ascension is getting their heads into the ball game. It's prom night tonight.
Oh.
They got all kinds of things going. That's the reason that they moved the game from 1 o'clock to 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Is so that they can go ahead and do all the festivities after the ball game. So it is something that you have to think about. And then it's kind of like homecoming, I think, in football.
Yep.
You've got to get that mindset for the game first, and then you get to the dance and whatever else is happening.
Yeah, for sure. They're going to have to lock in. It's tough, but, I mean, high school kids, they can do it.
Absolutely. This Dutchtown team has been very good, 20-10, and you already said it, 7-1 in district play. And they just seem to be locked and loaded, especially when they have their 2 pitchers working really well. And I'm talking about, of course, Caden Hill and their other pitcher who throws some crazy pitches in there.
Yeah, but I mean, Dutchtown is that team that they just win.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just been like forever. As long as, they've been out here. They won the state championship their second year in existence,
right.
I think. But they just win. Sometimes it's not pretty. Sometimes it is. But the good teams find a way, right? I mean, if you can win and it's not pretty, then that goes such a long way.
One of the guys I wanted to talk about, and we're going to talk about him as we get going, is Casey McCoy, the shortstop for Denham Springs. I mean, Dutchtown, excuse me. Golly, man. He has been very, very good for several years now.
Yeah.
And going to South Arkansas, and he'll be batting second.
No, Casey McCoy is going to Tech. Yeah, he's. I feel like he's been starting here for like 5 years, but I think he started as a sophomore, so it's only been 3. So we've seen Casey for quite some time right now. Super solid, makes all the good plays. You talked about, make the easy plays easy. He's going to make those plays, and he's going to get a hit. Loves to hit early in the count. And he likes to jump on one of those first couple pitches.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will start this baseball game off. Don't go anywhere, folks. It is East Ascension taking on Dutchtown. We'll be back right after this.
It all began in 1935, a new era in telecommunications, right here in Southeast Louisiana, born from the ambitions of several local families, with a clear vision and outlook focused on the future, connecting people across 10 parishes, one household at a time, powering an internet superhighway from the bayou to the river, built to deliver the speed and reliability every customer needs. We are REV, 90 years of building connections.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. Precision Pools and Outdoors, Parish Engineering, Black Bayou Lending, OxyChem, The RV Shop, Innovative Orthotics and Prosthetics of Louisiana.
Welcome back, everybody, to Johnny Ambo Park. I'm Jimmy Frederick, along with me, Mike Moeller, and we are getting set for the Spartans and the Griffins battling it out in a big 5-5A district matchup. And we've talked about it, but it is going to be something. The wind was blowing straight out center field. Now, as you said a little bit ago, it's running left to right, blowing to right center now. And so it's definitely going to be a tricky play out in the field, especially in deep outfield.
Yeah, blowing straight out to right now. This is crazy. This is going to be fun. I mean, do you don't take away from your game, right? You're still going to try to put the ball in play like you normally do. But, on defense, both coaches got to tell, hey, we're not giving up on any fly balls. Wherever these fly balls hit, somebody be right there to back up in case that thing wants to, come back the other way or whatever. So you don't want to try to give up any cheap hits.
I believe we are waiting on some umpires.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nobody's seen them just yet.
Maybe they think the game's at 1 o'clock too.
I hope not, because we can't play without them. I don't believe they won't let the home team call their own game. I don't believe. The district has been a good one though, with Live Oak at 10-0, and that is not an easy feat in baseball.
No, I mean historically you see Barb at the top of the
right.
the state in the power rankings. They're not far behind. They're number 2. If I looked, I think yesterday I checked it out. But Live Oak came out of nowhere, but I think they've been grooming that team. Like 3-4 years now. They said 25 was going to be their year. They Pruitt, that big pitcher or whatever, and some. Their catcher's really good. There's a bunch of D1 signees off of that team. So this is the year they were looking at.
Dutchtown has some signees as well. We already talked about Casey McCoy going to Louisiana Tech. Caden Hill is going to be at South Arkansas. I got my names mixed up a second ago.
Yeah, he's going to be our starting pitcher tonight. He'll be at South Arkansas next year. Caleb Wall, the right fielder, and Dylan Wilson, one of the other pitchers, may come in relief tonight, but Caden Hill is starting. But Caleb Wall and Dylan Wilson both going to Delgado.
In terms of East Ascension, they've moved some pieces and parts around a little bit in terms of in the field. You've got Hudson Browning, who also played quarterback, or was really supposed to play quarterback this year and got hurt in football, but he's usually behind the plate. but he's got such a good arm. They wanted to move him to third base, and so then they moved Dawson Landry. You've got Court Romero going to be behind, but so they've really moved things around a little bit to put their guys in the best position here to win this baseball game.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, we kind of try to take a look at the games prior, 2, 3, 4 games ago, and try to, pick a lineup before we get here. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 crossouts in my lineup. But I mean, the game we did in Prairieville, we did see Browning at third base and Court Romero behind the dish. So we're kind of accustomed to that.
So just hearing from Eric Brownfield, the announcer, that we're all waiting for the referees, for the umpires. So we are just kind of in a holding pattern here, but we're glad that you've joined us. It didn't take too long. Hopefully they will arrive with a police escort of some sort, or maybe land on the field in a helicopter. That'd be cool. Good way to enter into the baseball field.
Come through that right field gate over there. I think we waited on the umpires about 30 minutes in Prairieville the other night for the East Ascension Prairieville game. Yeah. Yep, got pushed back from 6 to 6:30. But, I mean, I get that. They're coming from Baton Rouge trying to fight that 5 o'clock traffic.
I get that. It's 11 o'clock on a Saturday morning. I came from Baton Rouge and there ain't no traffic. So maybe they didn't know tonight was prom night. I'm not sure. We're going to get into this later in the game, but since we have a minute, I mean, the playoff situation has changed somewhat. In fact, the whole deal is changed some because of the way they're doing it. It used to be, one game and you're out, but that's not the case anymore.
Yeah, it used to be game 1 of the playoffs was one game, right? And then you go to best 2 out of 3, and then whenever you go to Sulphur at McMurray Park, the semifinals and the finals were both 1 game.
Yep.
Well, now everything's best of 3. So it seems like it's going to be drawn out a little bit longer, but I'm sure they have all that figured out, right? They have, I mean, less teams, obviously, since they've gone from select and non-select since they split and things like that. But I don't know. Best 2 out of 3. It's kind of like World Series-ish instead of just that 1 game and you're done.
But baseball is a funny game. Baseball, to me, is kind of like a little bit like basketball in the fact that the way the ball bounces, you're making shots, you can be streaky. In baseball or softball, if you're you can be hitting the ball gangbusters, and you're hitting it right to somebody. And your pitching can be good, but who knows, one error in the eye in the field. The point of the matter is, I think it certainly evens the playing field a little bit. That the dominant best team may not just dominate going right on through. So it'll be interesting to see how the new format works for baseball.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, sometimes if you have that team and you have that one guy.
Yeah.
Right. That one guy, and he in the first 2-3 rounds or one and done.
Yeah.
That guy can beat number 1, number 2, and number 3 in the state. But they kind of, I guess they're under the impression that they want to kind of even the playing field. And look, these teams have the best staffs or they're the deepest staffs.
Right.
And these are the ones that they think should go further.
We're going to take another quick break. Hopefully the umpires will show up. We'll be back right after this. You are watching the REV Game of the Week.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Technology, a modern blessing, but a curse when issues arise. Your business systems should enhance your operations, not complicate them. REV Business is your human touch in the digital world, with personal support and meaningful solutions to your real-world challenges. We are a local team who will do whatever it takes to keep you up and running for internet, hosted phone, and security. Experience the difference of working with REV Business. 90 years of connecting Louisiana.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
Hi, I'm Haley Leindecker with Action Therapy and Wellness in Gonzales, and I'm here to show you simple exercises to improve shoulder strength and thoracic mobility for all athletes.
Resisted external rotation will strengthen your rotator cuff. Stand tall with your arms straight out and the elbow bent at 90 degrees. Keeping your elbow in place, rotate your arm outward against the resistance. For internal rotation, set up the same 90-90 arm position, but with the resistance anchored on the same side. Rotate your arm inward, bringing your hand towards the ground while keeping your elbow fixed. This is called open books and half kneeling. The resistance band is held forward with both hands. Rotate your upper body open to the side, pulling the band across while keeping your lower body stable.
Action Therapy and Wellness specializes in physical therapy, sports therapy, occupational, and hand therapy. Just remember, no referrals needed. Give us a call today.
We are back here at Johnny Ambo Park. It's the Spartans getting ready to take on the DUTCHTOWN Griffins, but we're in a bit of a delay. Unfortunately, the umpires are still on their way, so we're going to take a break, and we're going to tell you more about why that is such a cool thing right there with Lester nibbling on somebody's ear down there. But we'll tell you more about that in a little bit. But first of all, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we expect the game to start around 11:30, so we're just going to go ahead and break it here. Check back in just a few minutes, and we will be ready for this baseball game right here between the East Ascension Spartans and the DUTCHTOWN Griffins. We'll be back after this. We'll be back. Haven't seen a crowd this excited since I don't know when, as the umpires have finally made it to the ball field, and we are just about set to begin this very important 5-5-8 district matchup between the East Ascension Spartans and the DUTCHTOWN Griffins. I'm Jimmy Frederick, along with me, Mike Moeller. Mike, it has been an hour delay, but we're about to get this baby underway. And the one thing that I continue to notice is the wind, as we talk a little bit about it in the pregame, but the wind is now blowing straight out. It was blowing in a minute ago. It is swirling. It is going to be a factor today, I think.
Yeah, swirling. We're talking to Andre, who's back there with some cameras, came in here and visited with us a little bit while we were waiting. He said that he had to clamp them down. He said it's just absolutely gusting out there, and we can see with the flags the direction here. And you're right, man. It's center field, right center, back into towards home plate. So it could be a zoo, if there's a pop fly somewhere.
We're going to throw it to Eric Brownfield, who is our PA announcer today for our starting lineups. Eric.
Leading off, center fielder, number 1, Eli Freeman. Batting second, the shortstop, number 7, Casey McCoy. Batting third, the left fielder, number 22, Dawson LeBlanc. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 19, Casey Johnson. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 28, Owen Cavalier. He's hitting for the starting pitcher, number 21, Caden Hill. Batting sixth at second base, number 18, Cade DeWong. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 15, Caleb Wall. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 12, Cooper Pickett. And batting ninth, the third baseman, number 5, Kobe Mitchell. And now, starting lineup for your EA Spartans. Leading off in left field, number 3, Peyton Morrow. Batting second at third base, number 17, Hudson Browning. Batting third at shortstop, number 4, Dawson Landry. Batting fourth, the DH, number 25, Reed Truax. He's hitting for the starting pitcher, number 14, Camden Snowden. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 1, Courts Romero. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 18, Alex Rowan. Batting seventh in right field, number 24, Ethan Hill. Batting eighth at second base, number 8, Brennan Pryor. And batting ninth in center field, number 9, Caden Gotro. Coached by head coach Alex Fermion and assistant David Kissinger, Scott Creel, and Tyler Gaspar.
We are now set for the national anthem. Once we get that through, we will be ready to play some baseball here at Johnny Ambo Park, East Ascension, campus of East Ascension. Beautiful rendition of the national anthem. It is blowing 23 miles an hour straight away center field at the moment, gusting to 35. I'm Jimmy Frederick, along with me, Mike Moeller. And Mike, it is time. Oh, there we have Lester. We'll talk about him. He is the new good luck charm at East Ascension. At least we'll find out if that is the case in just a bit. Let's take a look at the batting order for Dutchtown.
Yeah, leading off today for the Griffins is going to be the center fielder Eli Freeman. Hitting second, the shortstop Casey McCoy. Dawson LeBlanc, the left fielder, hits third, and Kason Johnson plays first base and bats cleanup. Owen Cavalier is the designated hitter. Cade DeLong playing second base, hits sixth. Hitting seventh is the right fielder Caleb Wall, and doing the catching, hitting eighth is Cooper Pickett. Batting ninth is the third baseman Kobe Mitchell.
On the mound for East Ascension will be Camden Snowden, and he's got a 3.12 ERA. Batting average against him, 263. We expect him to throw a good fastball and mix up some curveballs and small speed pitches.
Yeah, you look immediately at the ERA 3.1. That's really good. Actually, it means he's a little bit stingy. He's going to have some base runners, but he strands a lot of them. I'm looking here, he's got 15 runs in the 33 innings. Yeah, so 15 earned runs. 21 total runs, and he's got 14 strikeouts and 15 walks. So he will have some traffic, but he seems like he knows how to get himself out of some jams.
Dutchtown has a lot to play for, as does East Ascension, but Dutchtown at 7-1 in 5-5A. If they can do what they think they can do here against East Ascension today, and then on Tuesday, and then have some success against the number one team in the state, Live Oak, they can get them into the top 8 seeds in the playoffs. And that's a big deal. Of course, East Ascension also playing for their playoff lives, and they're not out of it yet. So this is a big game for both of these two teams. As we start things off with the Dutchtown Griffins coming to the plate, it'll be Eli Freeman batting 270. And again, Camden Snowden on the mound for East Ascension. And we'll go around the horn in just a bit to give you the defensive positions in just a moment or two. Second pitch from Snowden. This is ball outside, gets past the catcher. 2 balls, no strikes to the batter.
Looking at the flags again, this rolling straight out. Sometimes you get a little intimidated when you're on the mound. You don't want to give up anything in the air.
This one is in the air to right center field. It is going to drop for a base hit. Going to make that a double. He's going to turn 2 and head for 3. He's going to make a triple out of this one all the way to the wall, and he's in there safe. And that was a good way to start for Eli Freeman as he just pounds one in the gap.
Yeah, just got that ball up in that jet stream. You look, it got even with those flags, just starched out to right center. No chance really for Dill or Gotro to track that down all the way to the wall for a leadoff triple.
Casey McCoy comes to the plate batting .342. Of course, he is committed to Louisiana Tech.
I do want to correct myself earlier. I think in the other pregame, before the pregame, I mentioned it was Dylan Wilson, one of the other pitchers for Dutchtown, that is going to go to Delgado, but it's actually Kobe Mitchell. Sorry about that, Kobe and Danny.
Yeah, well, with the mistakes I made in that first pregame, I think you're covered. We're just going to forget about that one.
Yeah, what I was going to say, sometimes you get a little bit intimidated, right, when you got the wind blowing out. You don't want to, you think you can't miss up at all or whatever, but you can't really let it take you out of your game. If anything, when the wind is blowing in your face as a pitcher like it is here, it makes your breaking stuff and your off-speed stuff so much better. So kind of, take that into play with your game plan.
This one right back up the middle, and it'll score the run. So very quickly, Dutchtown on the board to start things off in the top of the first inning. So good good hitting for Casey McCoy as it brings up Dawson LeBlanc in the 3-hole, and he is batting .400. He's got 12 doubles on the season. And he bats from the left side.
Swing the big stick. And good, nice job by McCoy right there. I was going to mention, sometimes you do a good pick right there. You get that ball elevated a little bit, and you got the wind blowing out. They kind of, it's a little appetizing. Let me try to get on this. Maybe I can poke one out of here. But not the case right there for McCoy. Did exactly what he was supposed to do, stay within himself. Shot that ball right back where it came from.
Call strike to LeBlanc. No outs yet in the top of the first. This was a little inside. balls and a strike. They have jumped on the pitching early, and Coach Grimion said that teams that they've faced have really done a better job in the latter part of the season of hitting some of their pitching. 3 balls and a strike now. Strike from the inside corner. He's going to let that one go no matter what. Runs the count to full. Again, Dawson LeBlanc batting in the 3-hole. We already have 1 run in on the triple from Eli Freeman, and then the RBI base hit, the runner going, and that will be ball 4. Snowden, now his 16th walk. He's only struck out 14. That's not exactly where you would like him to be in your golden ratio of a 2-to-1.
Yeah, I mean, anything better than 2, you typically don't want to be below 2-to-1, right? Anything better is actually really good, but you just got to get ahead of the hitters.
Yeah.
That kind of get strike one. I know we talked about it earlier, but get ahead of the hitter. It just gives you so many more options to get those hitters out. When you start 1-0, 2-0, and then 2-1 or whatever, not only are you, elevating your pitch count, but you're putting yourself behind and just battle, and it's just easier to end up walking the guy or, giving them something that they can hit, something out over the plate that you really normally wouldn't do when you're ahead in the count.
This is Kason Johnson batting cleanup spot, squaring the bunt again. And again, Alex Moran from first base is coming in quickly. LeBlanc, check that. Johnson batting .370 on the year. Two balls and a strike to him. This time he'll swing away and he will drive one, but it's foul. Boy, he got all of that one.
I don't think the ball is going to go that way, though.
No, he's going to have to muscle it.
Yeah, he torched that ball, and it kind of ended right past the dugout.
Again, 310 down the lines, 375 in the power alleys, and 400 straightaway center field. Of course, you got 3 or 4 extra feet on that fence to get it over the center field fence, and he plunks him in the shoulder, and that will load the bases. Not ideal to start the game for Snowden.
Yeah, you talk about it sometimes that obviously the first inning is the toughest inning for, the starting pitcher to navigate. Even some of the, the best Hall of Famers, your Glavins and Maddox and, those guys. I talked about that a lot. Got to get that first out, get that first inning under your belt, kind of give you a little bit of breathing room, kind of work yourself into a little bit of rhythm. Camden Snowden just hasn't been fortunate enough to get that out. A couple balls put in play. Second ball, ground ball, could have been,
right.
Hit a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. You could have got a ground, your first out there. But you just got to keep plugging away. Here's your situation we talked about. Stay away from the crooked numbers. You got bases loaded, no outs. Don't try to strike everybody out here. Get an out. Then try to get the next guy out, and then go from there.
The DH Owen Cavalier stepping to the plate. And hit him again. He does not have control at the moment, and that will walk in a run, or hit in a run, actually. And we have the first crooked number in the first inning. 2-0 Dutchtown. All right, how do you deal with it? What do you do? He's hit 2 straight batters and 2 straight pitches.
Yeah, you got to just try to yourself, look, I'm going to throw this pitch. I want you to hit this ball to second base.
Right.
That way you kind of – you're getting yourself back in the strike zone, but you're not giving in to the hitter, right? I'm not just going to, here it is, hit it, right? I'm going to throw this fastball away. I want you to hit this to second. That way you're still kind of dictating the situation, but you get yourself back into that strike zone. Maybe even throw a breaking pitch here. We hadn't seen too many off-speed or breaking pitch.
Right.
Try to break up that mindset of, oh my gosh, I can't control that fastball right now. Get a good breaking ball or a change up in there for a strike, then you kind of, forget about the pitches that you've thrown prior.
Second baseman Cade DeLon will step to the plate, batting .231 on the season. So the triple to lead off the game, Eli Freeman, he scored on the base hit from Casey McCoy. 2 straight hit batters and that had walked in, or that sends in the
there
run.
You go. That's your breaking ball right there. That's a good pitch. Must have been a little bit high.
A little high, not
much.
much.
I like that thought process.
Just outside that time, but keeping it away from the batter.
Yeah, but it's ideal if you throw them for a strike. So a lot of times, obviously, you've hit the last two hitters and walked the one previously, before those two. DUTCHTOWN might be kind of, hey, forcing you to throw strikes right here. Although you just didn't throw that breaking ball, you need to get it in there for a strike. If not, then they're going to eliminate that from your repertoire.
Right.
Also, and just hunt the fastball all day long.
That one was a good pitch, and I think DeLon wisely laying off of that one no matter what. 2 balls and a strike. Still no outs, bases loaded here in the top of the first inning. We were delayed because the umpires, unfortunately, were a little bit late, but we are underway here at East Ascension, and the time called by DeLon.
They didn't almost get it. Umpire Shane Lopez behind the plate. Been doing this for a long time. Didn't give it to him the first time he asked for it.
Ball 3. Nowhere to put him. Got to put it over the plate. Snowden rocks and fires high, ball 4, and that will be a second walk of the inning and walk in another run. But you've seen it, and I've seen it.
I've done it.
Well, I understand. Well,
I've done it. I've walked the first 4 hitters of a game.
But you've also seen where you have that problem. If you could just get out of the inning, you've seen pitchers come back and be more focused, whatever it is.
And that's what I'm saying. It's almost like, well, looks like we're going to make a change here. But, Coach Grimion wants to make a little change before this gets out of hand. Too early, too fast. But, I mean, you're right. That's what I'm saying. If you get that one, a double play ball or a ground ball back to you, you get a 1-2-3 double play, and then, maybe even a rocket to the third baseman after that, and you're out of the inning. Kind of settles you down, get you back into your rhythm. Okay.
Easton Lambert, I believe. Is that correct?
Easton Lambert.
This is the young man I was talking about earlier who has the knuckleball, the curveball.
Oh, yeah, he was we saw him the other night at Prairieville, too. I mean, he comes in with some pretty good numbers himself. 3.5 ERA. Got 34 innings, so he's been used quite a bit.
Not the fastest fastball pitcher, but he will mix up some things, throw the curve, throw the changeup. And again, that was how they moved a lot.
Yeah, but
it wasn't because of the wind.
But this is, kind of what we talk about, right? Once you got 12 strikeouts and 8 walks, so he's not going to come in and blow you away, right? So you're coming in with bases loaded. Probably not the guy that is going to come in and punch out. He may do it and prove me wrong. I'm just saying, looking at the numbers, but that's also good because he's a guy that come in and he'll force some contact. Right. That's what you want. You want to try to get get an out. If you happen to get a double play, that's a bonus.
So we've got Johnson at third, Cavalier is at second, DeLon, who just walked, is at first. It brings up Caleb Wall, batting .269. He is the right fielder. He will bat from the right side. The wind blowing directly out at the moment. That will change in an instant. It won't change the speed, but it will definitely change direction on you very quickly. Caleb Wall and a new pitcher in Easton Lambert. Lambert.
There it is.
Finds that breaking ball for a strike. Off-speed pitch.
It's the most important strike one that we talk about.
He comes in a difficult situation, but if he can just maintain control, let his defense help him out. Ooh, that one moved.
That was a wiffle ball. That's what I'm telling you, that those breaking balls against the wind like that are crazy. Almost to the point where they're tougher to control.
And we talked about making the easy plays easy, and just for Romero, he's got to catch that thing moving back there.
Like a Tim Wakefield knuckleball.
Foul back. Second foul of the day for any hitter, I believe. Still the top of the first and no outs, and that one almost got him. He got barely out of the way just in time. Evens the count at 2-2.
Maybe a little later in the game, you might have would have wore that one, huh?
Yeah. This pitch is fouled back over the first base dugout. Stays alive. Pretty nifty piece of hitting at the plate at the moment. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. First out of the inning. We'll take a look at the defense.
Defensively today for the Spartans in the outfield from left to right, Peyton Morrow, Caden Gocho, and Ethan Dill. On the infield, third baseman Hudson Browning. Shortstops Dawson Landry. Second base, Brennan Cryer. And at first base, Alex Moran. On the mound, Ethan Lambert. And catching is Court Romero.
Breaking ball way outside to Cooper Pickett, the catcher. Batting in the 8 hole. He is 279 on the season. Lambert's come into a tough situation. He got the first out of the inning. He's got bases loaded, and it's 3-0 here. And this one will be driven to left field. Getting on his horse is Peyton, and it will be driven foul. Morrow fouled it, tracked it all the way to the wall, but it was foul. One ball and a strike, one out. Who breaks in for a strike?
That started off like he was going to hit him right between the numbers. Gave him a little chicken wing, too. Tried to wear it off the elbow right there. That ball broke over the plate for a strike.
That fastball is put into right field. That will score 1, possibly 2, as the ball comes in. Cut off at first, play at the plate, no good. 2 runs come in on the base hit by the number 8 hole hitter, Cooper Pickett.
It was a great job right there, Pickett, too. He's got 2 strikes. Kind of shortened up the swing right there. Again, you have the wind. You might want to try to get something up in that jet stream and crush something out of here. Stay within himself, let that ball travel. Kept the hands inside that ball. Perfect base hit with 2 strikes to right field to pick up 2 RBIs.
9th batter of the inning is Kobe Mitchell. This pitch a little bit high, but not much. Ball 1. Mitchell's playing third base today, batting .245. And then we'll be back to the top of the order with Freeman, assuming that he can get on. This is going to be fly ball left field. Morrow takes 3 steps back, has to get back, does DeLon.
Got him.
And they got him. So there it goes. They get out of a tough inning. And what an inning it was, but it is 5-0 to start things off. Time for DUTCHTOWN defense. East Ascension batting order.
Leading off today for the Spartans is going to be the left fielder Peyton Morrow. Hitting second will be the third baseman Hudson Browning. The shortstop Dawson Landry bats third, and the designated hitter Reed Truax will bat cleanup. Court Romero, he'll do the catching and bat fifth. Alex Moran will play first base, and he'll hit sixth. In the 7 hole will be the right fielder Ethan Dill. Batting eighth, the second baseman Brennan Cryer, and hitting ninth will be the center fielder Caden Gocho.
Well, it was a difficult inning for Snowden, who started on the mound for East Ascension, but you got to hand it to Lambert coming in a very tough spot. doing what he wanted to do, and that is get the ball in play, let his defense do their job. They did their job, and a little bit of a base running mistake, I think, for DeLon. Getting so far away from second base on that fly ball.
Well, he was going on the pitch. He was trying to steal that bag, and, I mean, he picked it up, but I think he, in that situation, you want to kind of try to get back to halfway as quick as you can. The way you give yourself, a chance to go either way in case that left fielder doesn't make the play. I think he just got caught a little bit too far. But great job by Lambert. That's what we talked about. Come in, throw, force contact, and you never know what's going to happen. Gets the punch out. He comes in bases loaded, 1 out, and only gives up 1 run. That's how you stay away from the crooked numbers. Or 2 runs, I'm sorry.
It was 3 hits in that inning for DUTCHTOWN, and of course they lit it off with that triple by Freeman. Now it's time for the Spartans to settle into this one. They'll lead things off, as you mentioned, with Peyton Morrow batting .238, followed by Hudson Browning and Dawson Landry. Caden Hill on the mound, 3.39 ERA, .237 is the batting average against him. And he has committed to South Arkansas. First pitch of the bottom of the first. Called strike. Just what you were looking for there, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at he's got 31 innings pitched, does Caden. 16 walks. 27 hits. So, I mean, right away that tells you he's a strike thrower, right? So, East Ascension should be coming out here looking for something in the zone early.
41 strikeouts.
Yeah,
man. 41
punch-outs in 31 innings.
Golly. He's got 2 strikes here to the first batter. And this one will be popped up and out of play. Tell you what, been calling a few softball games this week, and that yellow ball is a lot easier to see.
Right. Don't give up on that one.
He's catcher making a play.
Yep, see,
good
that
effort.
ball stayed in. That's halfway over the stands when it got in the air right there. It blew all the way back.
Cooper Pickett making a diving effort, just couldn't find it. Fourth pitch to Morrow. Pitch a little bit outside. It'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Morrow choking up with 2 strikes. I love to see that. He's going to put a good out. He's moved up from the 9-hole to the 1-hole. He is the most pesky hitter probably in this district. He's tough to get out. He doesn't strike out a whole bunch. And he doesn't expand that zone. See those couple pitches right there? They're real tempting right at the top of the zone, but he lays off of them. Exactly what you want your leadoff hitter to do, right? See some pitches.
And this one will be put up in the air, but out of play. They got an opportunity. Nope, goes out of the fence down the left field line. And you said it, man. Morrow's got a good at-bat going here. Count is full at 3-2.
Yeah, he's already seen 6-7 pitches.
Hill blew one by him in the second pitch, but he has been all over it since. This pitch is high, and he'll walk him. He'll just lose him. That's all that is to that.
Yep.
Hudson Browning will come in.
That kid Morrow just finds a way to get on base. Great pitch, and then you work your hitter, make the pitcher throw 8-9 pitches.
Morrow is a thick athlete. He was slated to play quarterback and got hurt. And he is here back on the baseball field and doing a great job batting in the 2-hole spot.
Browning,
excuse me. What did I say?
Morrow.
Man.
Morrow's on first out there, but look, he's not afraid to see. How many bags does he have? Morrow's got 13, yeah, so wouldn't surprise me. I guess if you're down 5-0, you're probably just trying to, base to base, let's chip away at it. Can't try to get them all back in that first inning.
Yeah, we got a long way to go yet. That breaking ball a little high. Hill started off with 2 really pretty pitches to Morrow, and then since then, control just a little bit off. Outside.
Maybe it's the delayed start kind of threw everybody off. I don't know.
That's what I'm blaming myself on.
Well, Brown is going to be a tough hitter, hitting 482. 7 bombs playing in this park. That's impressive. You don't see many homers here, that's for sure.
Well, if you're going to do it, today's the day to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
If you're going to hit it, we got to hit it straight away. But well, I don't know. It just depends on what.
Oh, now you got to hit it right.
Now you got to hit it right. Full count now to Hudson Browning. Swung on, found back. Eventually, we will be giving you the defensive positions for Dutchtown. Short, shallow right field. The catch is made by Wall. And let's take a look at the other defenders out in the field for Dutchtown.
Defensively today for the Griffins in the outfield from left to right is Dawson LeBlanc, Eli Freeman, and Caleb Wall. On the infield, third base is Kobe Mitchell. Shortstop, Casey McCoy. At second is Cade DeLorme, and playing first base is Caden Johnson. Battery today for the Griffins doing the pitching is Caden Hill, and playing catcher is Cooper Pickett.
Dawson Landry now steps to the plate. Number 4, he's batting in the 3 holes. He's the shortstop, batting .234. Compact strike zone, and that ball finds the mark. Good pitch that time for Caden Hill. Good shot right there through the screen of the batter.
Morrow's
that ball
on the run right there, but I mean, good job by Caden Johnson though. Look, get to the fence, get as far over there as you can, because you never know what that ball is going to do.
Definitely drifted away from him, and he couldn't quite grab it. 0-2 the count, 1 out here, and we're still in the first inning. Ball outside, you saw catcher Pickett kind of set up outside, thinking maybe he was going to try to make a run for it at first base for Morrow, but
yeah, kind of a
daring him that time.
Yeah, kind of a hey, let me see if you'll swing at this, but let me give my catcher a chance to throw Morrow out if he's going.
And Morrow is going, and that ball is going to fall in for a base hit in center field, and that will allow Morrow, who was on the run before the pitch was thrown, to get to third base, and that's a pretty nifty piece of hitting and base running that time for East Ascension.
Yeah, I don't know if that would yeah, it's 1 out. Could have been a little hit and run right there. It might have been a little early for that. It might have just been coincidence. But you see Eli Freeman charging that ball. Thought he might have a chance off the bat. Ended up catching that in-between hop. Kind of got away from him. No chance to get Morrow speeding over there to third base.
Reed Truax, the DH. Stepping to the plate, batting .306.
The only other homer for the Spartans. Browning's got 7 and Truax has got 1.
0 on the count. Throwing to second, has to jump to make the play. There's the shortstop, Casey McCoy. And they're kind of lucky that, 1, he made the catch, and 2, that Morrow wasn't headed home from third base.
Yeah, trying to keep yourself out of that double play right there, picking up that extra bag. Good job by McCoy right there. You know you don't have a chance. I mean, you just have to sell out and knock that ball down or catch that ball, keep it from going into the outfield and let Morrow score.
Foul ball.
A little bit tardy on that one. Looks like Hill's got some velo on those pitches, huh?
Yes. Well, talking with Coach Schexnayder, he's up to 88 or 90 on his fastball. Mm-hmm. And Schexnayder thinks that he's got a little bit more in the tank when he gets to South Arkansas.
Got the frame.
Yep.
Put a little more muscle. They'll give him probably some good little drills, or to get that core a little bit stronger, work the lower half. That's a great
got him.
That's a really good.
Got him
right
looking.
There.
First strikeout of the afternoon for Caden Hill. Just foogabooed him on that one.
Oh, he threw that breaking ball. He just missed out right there, and it kind of gets you kind of looking out there, and you start that fastball right there. It was that thing, thinking it's the same breaking ball. I'm gonna take it. Nope, it's a fastball. By the time you figure it out, it's by you.
Catcher Court Romero now stepping to the plate. Batting .269, throwing to second base.
Ooh.
Dangerous play. And again, you got to hand it to McCoy, because McCoy was, not only did he have to catch the ball, he was being slid into as he was being caught, as he was catching the ball.
Yeah. Pretty heads up by Landry, too, right there. That's a back pick with a guy on third base. You never think that's,
right.
You're never anticipating that. Sometimes they catch you sleeping over there.
0-1 the count to the batter, Romero. Foul ball. This has been quite the first inning. 5 runs on 3 hits in the top of the first for Dutchtown. 2 runners in scoring position now for East Ascension with 2 outs. That one gets away from the catcher and is going to possibly score a run, and he does. I got to tell you that Pickett kind of took that lackadaisical trying to get that one.
Yeah, Morrow didn't really have a good jump off the third base, and once he seen he was going to get all the way to the backstop, that's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah, I think
Tough
so.
one right there. He'll kind of pulled that fastball a little bit too far out there.
This one will be a hard shot, backhanded by McCoy. McCoy to first base. Got him.
Great play right there.
One run will score. Incredible effort that time by McCoy to get it to his first baseman, Johnson. And we're going to take a break as we head to the top of the second. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
It all began in 1935, a new era in telecommunications, right here in Southeast Louisiana, born from the ambitions of several local families, with a clear vision and outlook focused on the future. Connecting people across 10 parishes, one household at a time. Powering an internet superhighway from the bayou to the river, built to deliver the speed and reliability every customer needs. We are REV, 90 years of building connections.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. Precision Pools and Outdoors, Parish Engineering, Black Bayou Lending, OxyChem, the RV Shop, Innovative Orthotics and Prosthetics of Louisiana.
Top of the second, the Dutchtown Griffins will be back at the top of the order. Eli Freeman, followed by Casey McCoy and Dawson LeBlanc. Well, Freeman led things off really nicely with a triple and scored a run his first trip up. They had 9 batters in the first inning, and we will see if Lambert, who has come on in relief, can continue where he left off and pitch these guys into some trouble.
Yeah, we're going to flip the lineup like you said. Freeman led off with that, got that ball up in that jet stream. That's kind kind of takes the wind out of your sail. You know, if you're a starting pitcher and you give up, man, I already got a guy on third base with no outs. This is the first inning, whatever. And then you kind of try to outthink yourself sometimes like that, and it just can get you completely out of your game plan. But Lambert came in. I mean, he did exactly what he was supposed to do. He did give up that one hit, did a couple runs, but didn't panic, kept pounding the strike zone. As he did there, first pitch, first strike.
Another breaking ball finds the mark. A completely different pitcher than Snowden is. I mean, he's making that ball dance in all kinds of different ways, as you saw right there.
He's going to have to start that curveball in the other, like behind the hitter. That thing, it literally just broke from one side of that batter's box to the other.
Call strike at the shoulders. This one, a hanging curve, high into the air, center field. Gotro there to make the catch, and that's what he wants to do. Let his defense do their job, and they've got the first out of the inning.
Exactly. Another breaking ball right there. Took a little bit off. Saw Freeman kind of sit back, kind of, I don't want to say double take on it or whatever, but got his foot out there, had to wait back with the hands a little bit. And that's that one that you swing and you just get it.
A great catch by Gotro on the first pitch to McCoy. And Casey McCoy drove that one. Great diving effort by Gotro to make it 2 outs.
Again, McCoy right back up the middle. That's what he did his first at bat, except he got it on the ground. That pitch right there hit it laser. A lot of that backspin right there carried right into a diving catch right there for the second out.
And this was another big hit. This is to right field. It's going to hang up. Ethan Dill will make the grab, and 1, 2, 3 goes the inning. You know, we talked earlier in the pregame about the power rankings, and it's time to take a look at where things stand for the non-select power rankings.
Yeah, there you go right there. We did. So we talked Live Oak, obviously leading the district, as well as the state at number 1. Denham Springs coming in at, they might have switched. No, that's true, because that's as of today. As 8 comes in as 8, and DUTCHTOWN at 9. Walker, who beat Denham Springs last night, still at 10. See Santa Ma at 23, staying just under that 24 mark where you want to be to get in. Prairieville just on the outside of it at 25, looking to get in, as is East Ascension at 27.
East Ascension not out by any stretch of the imagination, but they've got to really make something happen here. They've got to keep climbing back in this ball game, as it is 5-1 now as we head to the bottom of the second inning.
I mean, how about Easton Lambert? Did he throw 4 pitches at him? Like 5? It seems like. I mean, he threw a couple to the leadoff hitter to Freeman.
He threw 3 pitches to 4 pitches to Freeman.
Yeah, and then it was just like
pop,
bang,
pop.
bang.
Right.
That's efficient.
And they weren't. And again, we talked about it earlier. Is the fact that those weren't bad hits. They were just right to feet.
Yeah, but I mean that's the whole concept, right? Like, you have to pitch contact so something like that can't happen.
Right.
If you're not in the strike zone, you don't even give your team a chance to make a play or anything like that to happen.
7, 8, and 9 hole hitters coming up. Leading off is Ethan Dill here in the bottom of 2. And that will be fouled straight back.
Well, he took a hack at that one right there, huh?
Yeah. He wants to put it in while the wind's blowing out, which it just switched.
It was Moran, right? Yeah, it's Moran, first baseman, no? Yes, okay.
Moran, 256 on the year. So it'll be Moran, Dill, and Cryer.
Good pitch right there. Good pitch. Throw a couple fastballs up in the zone a little bit. Start that breaking ball right there. Kind of freezes you as it breaks down in there for strike 3.
Brings up Ethan Dill. Of course, made that catch to end the inning just a bit ago. Call strike. Dill, 333 on the year. And he will put this one into play, or at least it'll be foul and caught just out of play, and that'll be 2 outs.
You see Caden Hill settling in just a little bit too.
Yeah.
You know, once you kind of find your groove, man, you can do whatever you want in that bullpen, right? But I don't know anyone's ever given up a hit in the bullpen. Whenever you get out of a bump and you're between the white lines, it's just a little bit different. You can feel great. I mean, you hear these guys talk about all the time, the ones that throw no hitters. Man, I couldn't throw a strike in the bullpen. I was terrible. And then you get out there and then you kind of start clicking, right?
Yes.
Well, then you hear the flip side of it. Man, everything was perfect in the bullpen. I got out there and I couldn't find it.
That's why I never go to the range before a golf round. Don't want to waste those good swings.
Right.
It's Cryer, just barely foul. Just barely. I mean, that was a shot down the third base line.
He got that ball on the inside half. He turned on that thing, hit a rocket down there about 6 inches left of that third base bag.
2 balls and a strike now to number 8, Brennan Cryer. 157 on the year, second baseman. Batting in the 8th spot. That's basically the same play. Double bounce, throw into first. Great job for Kobe Mitchell. And that's 1, 2, 3 in that inning for them as well. We will head to the top of the third. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back right after this. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Agape School of Baton Rouge is a kindergarten through 8th grade school. Our mission is to educate the whole child, spiritually, emotionally, and cognitively. It is a Christ-centered environment where we know them. We use technology in our classrooms to enrich the education experience, and REV made that happen for us. It was an incredibly quick turnaround service coming into our new facility. If you're a business looking for technology, I would highly recommend REV.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. State Farm Insurance Agent Adam McCarty. Ross Downing Buick GMC Gonzalez. Athletic Center. Our Lady of the Lake Health. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation.
We don't mean to belabor the point, but there you see it. That is a testament to just how fast the wind is blowing. In fact, the American flag is wrapped around the pole a couple times.
Yeah, it is. So that's the telltale sign, right?
Absolutely.
It's blowing everywhere. It's shifting all over the place. If it wouldn't be wrapped around, it'd just be straight in one direction.
All right, we'll start the top of the third with first baseman Kason Johnson, followed by Owen Cavalier, the DH, and Cade DeLong. That's the 4, 5, and 6 hole hitters. Johnson was hit by a pitch his first trip up and gets plucked again. Holy cow. I don't know how you score that, but I'm thinking he might need to work on, he might need some ice on that left shoulder. Same spot almost.
Yeah, hey, any way you can, right? Get on base.
Absolutely.
Get on base.
They scored a run back in the first, so Owen Cavalier, who on the next pitch was hit by the pitch in the first inning. We'll see if history repeats itself again. Stays away from him that time. Easton Lambert again back on the mound for EA. So leadoff man on. That one will not find the strike zone. Lambert went 1, 2, 3 in the top of the second. 3 balls, no strikes to the batter, Cavalier. Ooh, find the inside corner. Cavalier, of course, taking all the way on that one. Lambert checks the runner at first base.
Let's see if Kaysen's going to go right here. He's got 3 bags on the season. Oh, a little bit tall.
All 4, and so that moves Johnson second base, and Cavaliers at first, brings up Cade DeLong.
Pretty sure I said when I announced the defense for the Griffins, I think I said Caden Johnson on mistake. It's Kaysen.
You again get 1 or 2. Balk is the call. Moves the runners over. What did you see on that one?
I was kind of looking at my book here, but if I had to guess, I would assume he didn't stop.
Got it.
I don't know if we have a replay on that or not.
Doesn't look like it, but it really, I've always been amazed that it doesn't take much for that balk to be called.
So and when he threw the pitch,
right?
Like, so normally if they don't throw the pitch, then they kind of flinched or something like that, and they didn't, throw the pitch. And if he threw the pitch, and he probably didn't come to a complete stop before he made a move home.
Cade DeLong still at the plate, just moves the runners in scoring position. That was right down the pipe. Dips his shoulder. This one might have a chance, and it will fall in play down the right field line. 1 run scores. 2 run score. The double and 2 RBIs for DeLong. Nice, nifty piece of hitting that time.
Ooh, man. Got that pitch just right out there off the end of the bat. Couldn't have thrown it out there any better.
7-1 now is the score. And DeLong picks up 2 RBI and a double. Caleb Wall now. He struck out his first trip up. In fact, for the first out of that first inning. 269 hitter. Square into bunt. He does. Lays it down the third base line. Picked up by Lambert, and Lambert has nowhere to go with it. Nice job to advance the runner and be safe with a base hit.
A little bit of clarification we just got. He did flinch on the mound for the balk.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, the balk prior. Yeah, that's nice when you're trying to just sacrifice a runner over, and that's like a win-win situation, right? Because if you get thrown out, then it's a sack. It doesn't count as an at bat. Going on that first pitch.
Zips under the throw. And, of course, DeLong will hold it third. Pretty good throw. They were trying to set him up. I don't think necessarily they were going for the tag, at least, because the second baseman holding him on, Cryer.
Yeah,
called strike.
Came in, kind of cut that one off. But nonetheless, Wall picks up his 4th stolen base on the season.
This is Cooper Pickett, catcher. Batting 8th. Runners at second and third. Thought about swinging at that one. That was outside.
Man, that's what we used to call a lane changer right there.
That's a good name for it.
That thing is, gotta love that, throwing that pitch against the wind.
This one will be driven to left field. It will drop in for a base hit, and missing the play as Morrow. 2 runs will score, and we're going to have a base hit and an error. Holy cow, this thing is opening up quickly.
Yeah, just a good job of hitting right there. Pickett got that ball inner third. Got the head to it. Quick like that. Unfortunate for Morrow. Both runs are going to score anyway on that base hit, probably. But
So we have a courtesy runner.
Yeah, courtesy runner for Pickett.
And then number 3, Drew Setitall. So Setitall will be at second base now as the courtesy runner for Pickett. This brings up Kobe Mitchell. Kobe, the 9-hole hitter, flew out to left field. We still have no outs, by the way, here in the top of the third. Three hits so far in this inning, 2 base hits and a double. This one got all of it, and it is foul ball.
Foul.
Man, it was close.
Oh, Ricka wanted that thing. He called, third base coach Ricka called it fair immediately. I can't see. It's kind of a blind spot for me, but Shane Lopez threw the double hands up, meaning foul right behind home plate there. Immediately, no argument from Ricka.
No, it definitely hit outside the line, but, man, it was close. He jumped on it, did Kobe Mitchell. And that, oh, what a play by the third baseman. Great job.
Wow.
Unbelievable job that time.
Wait, where's the
Hudson Browning?
Oh, okay. I think Landry thought that was 3 outs right there.
They tagged the runner going from second. That was the Setitall. Scoops and throws and got him by half a step at first base. Great job for Hudson Browning.
Good gracious, that's a play. Wow. Wow.
So we got 2 outs now. Double play there. An unlikely double play. If Setitall had been a half a step slower, he wouldn't have gotten him.
Right.
He got a great jump. It was a good hit. It was just a great play. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that as a base runner, but it all comes down to beautiful fielding by Hudson Browning. So we're back to the top of the order with Eli Freeman.
Again, you throw the ball in the strike zone, things like that, you give yourself a chance for things like that to happen.
That's right.
Right. And you know Browning, he's not going to let anything get by at third base. He's a bulldog over there.
Strike to Freeman. So just like that, I mean, I just mentioned, just said we didn't have any outs, and boom, boom, there's 2. This curveball will be knocked foul out of play down the first base line, the right field line. But 4 runs have scored so far. The base paths are clear now. And 2 outs. A little high. Still danced a little bit.
It's a good breaking ball.
It was.
It's just, I mean, they DUTCHTOWN, I mean, you see the Griffin hitters, they just can't. It's so hard to sit back on that pitch. It's almost like it doesn't get there.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. And this one will be off the 5th, scooped up by Dawson Landry, and it just kind of died on him.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's it. So when you throw that breaking ball, the pitch before that, and then you throw a fastball inside, it looks like it's 190 miles an hour, right? And you get it off the hands of Freeman, so that ball's got super spin on it. Landry picked up, I mean, came in and got the hop that he needed to get, just had a lot of spin on it, probably spun right out of his mitt.
So would you score that a hit?
I'd say that's an error.
That's an error, okay. That's why you're official.
No.
That one is a line drive right to Hudson Browning.
Don't hit it to that guy.
To end the inning, what a play that was. My goodness, Hudson Browning got a lot of action at the hot corner. You know, we've talked a lot about District 5-5A. There's still some games left to go, and let's take a look at them.
Yeah, I mean, counting today, you got 4 games, right?
Right.
We got DUTCHTOWN over here, so the remaining games for the Griffins Tuesday will be they'll actually host East Ascension, and then they end with the number 1 team in not only the district but the state as of right now. On Thursday and Saturday of next week, they'll play Live Oak.
Well, again, both teams a lot to play for. DUTCHTOWN playing for a little bit of a different situation. They're trying to get to that 8th spot in the power rankings. East Ascension trying to hang on and get into the playoffs. They're number 27 at the moment. But that was another unfortunate crooked number inning.
Yeah.
We went 5 in the first, 4 in the third, and so it's 9-1 here. Again, you know, the mercy rule is in play, I guess, after 4. 5. Okay,
yeah.
5.
Yep. But still got a lot of game left. I mean,
no
we're just
question.
in the bottom of the third, right?
Oh, yeah. We're not finished yet. Don't even. So we will start things off with Alex Moran. Check that. We're going to check off Caden Gotro. Gotro back to the top of the order with Morrow and Browning.
The Griffins would love to see another inning like they got out of Hill last inning. Made quick work, kept the pitch count down, threw a lot of strikes, got outs early.
Foul ball, strike 1. Hill's only got 2 strikeouts, I believe, on the afternoon, but still he's been he's been effective.
Yeah, both of them looking,
right.
Too.
High and outside.
Fouled back again. Gotro battling Hill right here.
Gotro 244 on the season. Batting in the 9 spot. Foul back again. Doing what it takes. Looking for that right pitch.
Yeah, Hill's only thrown him 1 breaking ball and there's for a ball, so Cade's probably hunting that fastball all day. Right here, looking 1 pitch.
And he got it. Diving effort by the second baseman, Cade DeLawn. He couldn't catch up to it. A nice base hit that time for the 9-hole hitter.
Great job right there by Cade. Good at bat. Fouled off some of the better pitches, right? So a lot of the fastball, got a lot of timing down. Got one a little more center cut right there and poked that thing in the right field for a leadoff base hit.
Back to the top of the order with Peyton Morrow. He walked and scored the only run for the Spartans in the first inning. Bunt, looper, dropping back. Oh, couldn't quite make the play. Was Cooper Pickett just off the front of the catcher's mitt.
Man, that was
good effort.
Really good effort right there, and kind of made me a little nervous that I don't think that wall that he's sliding into is going to give too much.
No. Those are not rubber bricks.
Yeah, that's the one you think you, I don't know, get your foot caught in there or slam into those bricks.
Going to first, just to keep him honest. I'm not a pitcher, but that play to me is the scariest play. Just being able to spin and throw it like that.
Well, I mean, obviously you practice it and, you know, you have good intentions with it, but.
Did it go around? Yes.
I'm more of a fan of kind of what Caden Hill just did right there. Look, the chances are better for you to spin and throw that thing into right field than they are actually for you to pick somebody off, right? So it's kind of like, I'm going to let you know I know you're there. I didn't forget about you. You know, not going to show you my good one here. Might wait later in the game, you know, if I really need something. Or I really am trying to pick you off. That's when you're going to see my good one.
Stays alive. Nice job to catch just the top of the screen there. Keeps it in play and didn't go into the concession stand over there. Peyton Morrow working hard against Caden Hill. little high.
Again, we saw Morrow work Hill in that first at-bat. Laid off some of those pitches up.
1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here in the bottom of the third. Runner going. It is out of play on top of the third base dugout.
Started off over the temporary buildings back there. Flew all the way back to the dugout.
I wasn't going to make a call until
I heard the hesitation. I was like, he's not going to say anything until he's for sure.
Learning that lesson quick. Still 1-2 to the batter. And that will be a diving effort. The play at second. God, what an effort by Casey McCoy, the commit to Louisiana Tech. Backhands it on his knees, throws to second to get the out.
Wow, that's a great play right there. Kind of bang, bang. I thought the second base umpire looked like he was going to go call him safe, but then he went right hand for the punch out for the first out. Great play by McCoy right there.
Fielder's choice. Morrow will be at first and brings up Hudson Browning. Flew out to right field, his first trip to the plate. We've got 1 away. Off the fist and foul back. Caden rocks and fires. We saw Browning say it's not really in the dirt. Chang loose. Can you even say it's in the dirt anymore? You can't say that anymore. You can't. It's in the carpet. What is it?
I don't even know. What do you say? I still say it's in the dirt.
The rubber pellets? I don't know. Hadn't thought about it till just then. I mean, man, what do you say now? 2-1. To Hudson Browning, who had quite the inning on defense a bit ago. Swing and a miss. A mighty rip. Evens count. Man, that was a cut.
That's a ball that looks so good. And when, as a pitcher, you're taught if you're going to try to elevate, try to go right above the hitter's hands. Make him have to make a move upward to it. And that's why you see they're always a little bit tardy on that pitch.
Foul ball.
That's the one off the shin or the foot right there. That leaves a mark for like a year.
Oh, I bet. I bet. You don't see too many high school players with the front
shin guard,
but college and pros for sure.
Oh, they have all the armor. They have to take 7 things off
at
the plate whenever if they walk or something like that. Jeez.
Not back girls anymore. It's exactly armor girls. Pop straight back. And it will hit our camera. Good job, Priya. Almost made the catch.
She didn't flinch at all.
She did not flinch. She was looking at the viewfinder. Goes off the side of the camera. My gosh. Hazard pay for that young lady.
That's a gamer right there.
My word.
What?
Look at the replay. Let's see if we can catch it. And it's going to go right back.
Yeah. No, it already hit it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a great job. Browning stays alive, almost killed Priya, and that one will be put in play. Running on it to make a play is LeBlanc, and LeBlanc does make the catch, but he had to really get on the horse.
Yeah, that ball a little bit inside, got a little in on Browning. Kind of fisted it out to left. I think LeBlanc thought it was hit a little bit better, and then it's completely directly against the wind, actually, so it got held up. Had to end up getting on his horse to make that grab.
So 2 down now brings up Dawson Landry. Landry had a base hit RBI in the first, and that's where the only run has come across for the Spartans. Runner still at first base in Morrow. Right back to the pitcher. Caden Hill grabs it, throws it to first, and that'll do it for the inning. So 1 runner left stranded on no hits. We head to the top of the fourth. We'll be back right after this. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
At Farm Bureau of St. James, we say real service, real people, and it's more than just a slogan. We're a multi-line, local insurance company doing business in all 64 parishes in Louisiana. We live here, our customers are our neighbors, and this allows us to tailor coverage to their specific needs. Everything we do is database driven, and having reliable phone and internet service is critical. REV is our technology partner, and they deliver great customer service. If you need the technology, why not deal with your neighbor? If you want a true partner, REV Business is the way to go.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. Precision Pools and Outdoors, Parish Engineering, Black Bayou Lending, OxyChem, the RV Shop, Innovative Orthotics and Prosthetics of Louisiana.
9-1 as we head to the top of the fourth inning. As the DUTCHTOWN Griffins have put two crooked numbers on the scoreboard, one in the first inning and one in the third. We will see if history holds and we go 1-2-3 in this one. We'll see.
With 6 pitches.
Yeah, that was quite an effort in the second inning. Easton Lambert back on the mound. And we will lead things off with Dawson LeBlanc, followed by Kason Johnson and Owen Cavalier, the 3, 4, and 5 hole hitters. LeBlanc was walked and scored a run in the first. He flew out to right field in the second. You know, it is a beautiful day. We are expecting some rain to come in later this evening and tonight and maybe even in the morning. But right now, minus the wind, it is a perfect day for baseball in early April. Whoo! Got on that one a little ahead of it. Foul down on first base line.
That breaking ball again.
Yep.
It's just tough to sit back on. It's so slow. I mean, not the actual pitch, but the break. And then, I mean, you got it going against the wind. It's just so tough to keep those hands back.
Oh, yeah, that was a pretty pitch.
Yep.
Broke just over the outside part of the plate, or the outside part of the plate to the left-handed batter. And that one will be right back, but he has a shift on. Shortstop makes the throw to first base, and a good job for Dawson Landry to throw it over to Moran for the out. But he was way over, almost right in behind second base.
Positioned perfectly right there. Didn't have to move any left or right. Sometimes those are the toughest ones, right?
Right.
You know, hey, I have to do something with my feet. I feel like I need to be doing, some footwork here.
So 6-3 for the out, and that's another first strike. First pitch strike to Kason Johnson, 370. He was hit by a pitch and scored in the first. Hit by a pitch to lead off the third and scored. So far he's he's doing better than he has in his first two at-bats. At least not getting pelted. 0-2 the count. This one will be popped out of play into the stands. Ooh, did somebody get smacked?
Yeah, it hit her right on top of the head.
Oh, Lord. I thought it might have, but she looks like she's going to be okay, but my heavens.
And those are the ones you never know. I mean, it's like heads up. Do you look up and it hits you in the face,
right,
or do you kind of try to put your head down? And man,
tough.
Get some ice for her, probably.
Yeah, it's going to be okay. They don't seem too concerned. 0-2 to Johnson. That one will be right back to the other side of the stands. Somebody going to get knocked that time.
Oh, no, I heard that one hit the bleachers.
So he's been hit by 2 pitches, and now he hit somebody else with the bat, off the bat.
Good take right there by Johnson. That pitch was, that's a strike for a long time, but then just never gets there. A lot of times you see those hitters want to, especially with 2 strikes, expand the zone and want to wave at one of those. Ooh.
Got ahead of it. Thank goodness for that screen, or Andre would have eaten the ball. Trying to break our cameras out there, boys.
Man.
Come on now. Excuse me. Rev, got some cameras, but we don't need to replace them all. That was another one that was tough to lay off of, like I said a few times.
Good pitch, good take. Good all around there.
2 balls, 2 strikes. We have 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Glad you've joined us for the Rev game of the week. And that one will be right past a diving Hudson Browning into left field. And he didn't miss it by much. I'm telling you, maybe an inch or 2.
Golly, you're right. That was another great play. He was perfect angle to it. Just a little bit too hot, got right by him for a base hit. Good at bat by Johnson right there. Battle with 2 strikes.
Brings up Owen Cavalier. We got our base runner on with 1 out. Called strike. That'll break in for a strike. Great shot from our center field camera. Fouled out of play and luckily away from the stands. Another strike. This is Cavalier at the plate. 0-2 the count to Cavalier. DH for today's ball game. Throw to first. Just to keep him honest, like you said. Nothing too wild. Breaking ball way outside that time. First ball to Cavalier. Easton Lambert fires one. This is coming straight back toward Priya.
Right
Missed
on top
Priya,
of us.
Man, there. I need to raise the screen a little bit.
Like a driving range out here.
Always try to hit the guy with the bucket truck. Lady in yellow had to scamper. Ooh, that was
good block right there by Romero. The short hop ones are the ones that are easy to block. Yeah. That one was a little bit more out front of the plate, and if you've ever done any catching, those breaking balls, they will always bounce back towards you. Like with the opposite way that they're breaking, when they hit the ground, they're gonna bounce back towards you.
Interesting.
They get a little bit different or a little bit more difficult to block.
Ooh, laid off. I thought he was going to swing, and he wanted it.
He wanted some of that one. Good
Full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out to Owen Cavalier, the DH. Batting from the right side of the batter's box. Right side of the plate, I should say. And he swung on, strike him out, almost threw him out, but a good throw by the catcher Romero, and that would be strikeout number 1, I believe, for Lambert.
Yeah, good throw right there by Romero. Just a little bit late. See Brennan Cryer come sliding across there and make that pick. Just not got that momentum kind of going across the diamond. A little tough to turn back around and make that tag.
Brings up Caleb DeLon, and I'm so glad to see that Cavalier didn't walk across. What?
This doesn't look like Cade DeLon. I don't think who is this. Just might have a pinch hitter here.
We do have a pinch hitter, number 13, huh?
It's going to be Maddox Woodward. Pinch hitting for DeLon.
As I was saying, in the softball game we had on Thursday, batter struck out, then took a step across the plate. The catcher stepped up and threw it, hit her right in the back of the head. Luckily, the helmet caught most of the impact, but not all of it. And it was a scary moment. That's right back up the middle. Diving for it, knocking it down is Landry. And runners are safe, but that was a nice effort for Landry to dive, knock it down, and prevent it from going all the way into center field.
Yeah, good piece of hitting right there by Woodward. Shot it right back up the middle, exactly what you're supposed to do with that pitch. But I can't tell you how good of a play that is. That I'd love to see that right there by Landry.
Yep.
When you have a guy on second base, you'll hear these coaches and other players like, get dirty, keep it on the infield. You don't have to throw that guy out.
Right.
You just gave, that's going to be a hit anyway, right?
Sure.
But you gave your pitcher and your team another chance to get out of this inning without giving up that run. If that ball gets into the outfield, that's another run. You don't see that a lot.
Nope.
You got to love that hustle right there.
And they have definitely shifted Landry over, not quite as much as earlier, just a bit ago, but he's definitely toward the bag at second base. This pitch a looping pop-up. And the out is made by Ethan Dill in right field. So that'll do it. No run score on 2 hits. 2 runners left stranded. We will be right here because, we got to take a look at the East Ascension Spartans remaining 5-5A games.
Yeah, we took a look at DUTCHTOWN last inning, and we'll take a look. They will travel to DUTCHTOWN on Tuesday, and then they finish up with Walker. So, we talked about this here. They'll travel to Walker on the 10th, and then they'll host on the 12th. And, we talked about it one of the first games we did of district this year. I think it was Prairieville and DUTCHTOWN,
right,
maybe. That it's going to come down to the last 2 games. The district is so thick, and the talent is just everywhere in this district. Obviously, you have Live Oak kind of, I don't even want to say running away with it because you have DUTCHTOWN 7-1 right behind them. DUTCHTOWN goes over there and sweeps them. They could be the district champion. But it's going to come down to the last 2-3 district games of the year to make that final push.
4, 5, and 6 coming to the plate, and Reed Truax, followed by Romero and Moran. Truax has only been to the plate 1 time. He struck out for the second out of the first inning. As we are in the bottom of the 4th.
Looks like Woodward's going to stay at second base after he hit for DeLon.
Caden Hill back on the mound for his 4th inning of work. Reed Truax came into the game batting .306.
Were you keeping pitch count?
No,
no?
I can
Okay.
barely keep my name straight, much less a pitch count. Need a clicker.
Yeah, I
forgot my clicker at the house.
Yeah, that 1 second inning that was super quick. Hadn't had too much traffic. This pitch count's got to be pretty. I don't want to say
grounder,
minuscule.
Shortstop, McCoy. Tough play at first base, but a nice job for Johnson to pick it off the ground. And we have 1 away.
Yeah, that was a good pick. Again, just like I was talking about, the short hops are easier to block for the catcher. The short hops are easier to pick for the first baseman. That one was almost one of those in-between ones that if you're playing on real dirt, you might get that bad hop, right?
That's exactly right. We were talking about that the other day, is that the carpet definitely makes it roll truer and a lot less deficient. This was going to be dinged into center field and have to take 1 step, and that's it. but less imperfections. I mean, it's all the same.
Yeah. Yeah. True hops, or should be anyway.
Yeah, right. You could catch a little bit of that
a seam,
rubber gravel or whatever they have in there.
Yeah, sometimes there's a little seam somewhere.
Does make for a beautiful field, but it sure is a different feel. All right, Alex Moran will step up as the third batter, and that'll be a called strike here in the bottom of 4. Just a bit outside that time, but not by much. Strike 2. Call. Three, got him swinging. That is the third KO of the afternoon for Caden Hill. He now has 44 strikeouts on the year. We will take a break. It is 9-1 Dutchtown leading East Ascension. Back right after this on the Rev Game of the Week.
It all began in 1935, a new era in telecommunications, right here in Southeast Louisiana. Born from the ambitions of several local families, with a clear vision and outlook focused on the future. Connecting people across 10 parishes, one household at a time. Powering an internet superhighway from the bayou to the river, built to deliver the speed and reliability every customer needs. We are REV, 90 years of building connections.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. Precision Pools and Outdoors, Parish Engineering, Black Bayou Lending, OxyChem, the RV Shop, Innovative Orthotics and Prosthetics of Louisiana.
And we're back. We'll lead things off at the top of the 5th with Cooper Pickett, followed by Kobe Mitchell and Eli Freeman.
Got a new pitcher, looks like number 25, Reed Truax for the Spartans. Reed comes in with a 4.81 ERA, 16 innings pitched. He's given up 11 earned runs. He's struck out 8. Got a 275 batting average against him.
Number 14, Andrew Fields is now batting in place of Cooper Pickett. So his first trip to the plate. Again, this is Truax. He was the DH. Now he's pitching. He's also played some first base at times. Ooh, couldn't quite find it. Now he does. Good job by Morrow in left field. Kind of moved to his right one step and then realized it was going back the other way.
Kind of froze on it. And then
so Field flies out. We have one away. All right, so we got some news to Jake Shea. Jake Shea will come up in place of Kobe Mitchell.
Kobe was the one that hit that rocket to third. Unfortunate double play for him. That Browning made that good play.
Good time to thank our scoreboard crew. You know, they sit under the scoreboard, do a great job over there, and they're led by Field Supervisor Steve Usry. He is the East Ascension Support Person of the Year. Congratulations to him. And we appreciate all the hard work they do out there in very sunny left field. Two-0 the count to Shea. Three. We are presuming that we're going to Eli Freeman at the top of the order, but we're not.
Looks like Mayo's on deck, number 8.
We are switching things up here in the top of 5 for the Dutchtown Griffins with a 9-1 lead. I can understand why. And that will be ball 4. 4 straight pitches, and they have a base runner at first base. So this will be Mayo.
Have to keep tabs on them to see if they go in defensively.
Yes. Should have written my card in pencil. 5 straight balls, 5 straight pitches for Truax, who came in relief of Lambert, who came in relief of Snowden. Inside, 2-0. Truax will check him at first, but it doesn't look like he's going to make a move. In the dirt, in the carpet, in the pellets.
He's kind of stabbed right there by Romero. He's kind of swiped at it, kept it in front of him. I don't think Shea's going anywhere.
Call strike. Boy, broke in on him nicely.
Yeah,
taking all the way.
Taking all the way. Got that inside, almost painted to black.
Yep.
Inside part of that plate.
Ball 4, and that will be the second walk issued by Truax. And that will bring up, well, let's find out before I say it.
McCoy.
It is Casey McCoy.
Yeah.
All right, Casey stays there. Well, you know, Casey can do some damage. He had that RBI single in the first. A hard line out to Hudson Browning in the third.
Yeah, he lined out to center field, too. Remember, Gotro made that dive and play. Last 2 at-bats, hard-hit balls, both lineouts. Nothing to show for them. That's the ones you got to kind of keep your chin up, you know.
Yep.
You barreled them. You did what you're supposed to do, but just didn't get them to fall.
Yeah, 2 great plays by the defense. 1 ball, 1 strike to the batter, Casey McCoy. He's walked a bunch on the season, too, 30 walks. But still a base to put him if they end up having to doing that, but rather not, of course, with 1 out. Ball 2.
Yeah, a lot of times early in the game, you see McCoy. He likes to. He's trying to hit something early.
Yeah.
Right, and then I don't know. Maybe after you see the pitcher once or twice or even that, maybe he's trying to hunt a different pitch, but. Feel like he's looking at first fastball he gets anywhere over that dish. He's barreling it.
Yeah, both the lineouts for first pitch hits.
Yep.
Browning talks to his pitcher. Says, just relax, my friend. You're all right. We got you in the back. 3 balls and a strike to McCoy. 1 out, 2 runners on the base paths. And it's 9-1 Dutchtown here in the top of the 5th. And that'll be walk number 3 in the inning.
It's like Coach Grimion may make another change here. Let's see where.
It's actually walk number 4.
Is that 8?
Looks like it. Is that Brennan Cryer?
Brennan Cryer. Yeah.
All right. So
Brennan, we saw Brennan earlier in the year. Remember, he came in against Prairieville and just absolutely shut
that's right.
the Hurricanes down for 4 or 5 innings. Still got a really, really good number. It's got a 1.48 or 45 ERA. It's thrown 24 innings. Only given up 16 hits in those 24 innings, and got 15 punch outs, and opponents batting only 184 against him.
Aiden Gotro will now go to second. So Caden Gotro stays in center. Aiden Gotro goes to second.
How do you know you're in Gonzales?
Gotros? Or Aiden and Caden? Nah, he's Gotro.
Yeah, the Gotros.
Yeah, boy.
The question is, do they have an X or don't they?
Oh, man, don't put me on the spot. According to the lineup sheet, they have X's.
Aiden does not, Caden does.
Oh, Lord. See? Well, that just goes ahead and takes care of them being related. All right, so let me double check, but number 3 is coming up, but it's not. So number 3 will be Drew Seditol. Will bat in LeBlanc's spot. On deck is Kason Johnson, so he is staying in his spot, but we'll see what happens after that if they get there. Seditol with the bases loaded and 1 out. Batting in the place of Dawson LeBlanc. Call strike. Maybe
That's
going around on that one.
Got the Spartans playing the infield in. Trying to cut that runner down, probably trying to stay away from that mercy rule. Another good pitch.
Strike 2. All right. Again, this is Cryer, the 4th pitcher of the afternoon for East Ascension. That will be a fly ball to left. Is he going to get there? It will not. 1 run will score, making it 10-1, and that was hung up in the wind by a long while.
That ball landed 10 feet in the grass behind shortstop, but started way out in left field. The left fielder Morrow can't even get his hat. It's blowing all around the field over there. Golly, the wind knocked that ball down.
So Shea scored from third.
Everybody advances.
Yep.
Good job by Seditol right there. 2 strikes on him, right? Got a tough pitch on the inside. Just kind of fisted it out there. Put it in play. You never know what happens, right?
Kason Johnson steps to the plate with the bases loaded. And this one will be a shot. And it is at the wall. 1 run, 2 runs, 3 runs, clears the bases, and it's a 3 RBI double for Kason Johnson. I thought that one might sneak, but the wind switched on me just as the ball was flying toward the wall.
It just kept going and going and going. He put a charge into that one. Picks up all 3 base runners. It's that 2-out double. Oh, I'm sorry, 1-out double in that left center gap.
13-1 now to score. And this will be number 6, Cole Henderson for Cavalier.
Colebrook is starting to look like one of my old tests back in school, all the scratch outs. And
yeah. Swung on, missed. Again, this is Henderson batting for Cavalier in the DH spot. 0-2 the count. Foul this one back, stays alive. Only 1 out. Huge 3 RBI double for Kason Johnson. And we are at the 13-1 mark here in the top of 5. A little chin music, high. Evens the count. Runs it full.
Just a little bit outside. I like the sequence. I like the try right there. Kind of, let me dust you a little bit up and in right here and then kind of freeze you on this breaking ball outside. Just a little bit too far out there.
Got him.
Hit him.
That is a 3rd hit back.
3 for sure.
So we got runners at first and second. It brings up Woodward.
Okay, he's hitting for himself again, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I think.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Couldn't read my scorecard when it was clear. Now it's still in 1 out here. Top of 5.
We got somebody coming to pinch run. Is that number 34 for Johnson?
See a 34 on my roster. We're going to find out who that is. We don't have a 34 on our roster, but this one, the slow roller, shortstop, throwing across his body, not in time, and everybody's safe. Tough play that time by Landry. He had a slow roller. It didn't get going. He made the scoop, tried to throw it across his body. Thought he might have needed to go to third, but just spotted it at first instead and couldn't get it there.
You score that a hit?
I think so, but what do I know? Yeah, I mean, it was a slow roll. It was a tough play.
Cole Bowling is number 34, the pinch runner, I think.
This is Ian Young at the plate for Caleb Wall. And this is going to be the 9th batter.
Out there in the right field, you never know out there, but just foul. Young trying to fillet something down that right field line. Could have picked up 3 easy RBIs if that stays fair.
This one will send it right back into right field, and he'll make the catch and get the ball in quickly, and the run will score. He tagged up from third base, and he will score, but that'll be 2 outs. And it brings up Fields, who started things off in this inning.
Yeah, that'll be a sacrifice for Ian Young as he picks up an RBI.
So Fields flew out to left field, and that one gets past the catcher, and that will advance the runners. It bounced in front of the plate. It'll be a wild pitch, I presume.
Yep. The ball. That runs a count to 2-0. Another one downstairs. A little bit too low.
3-0 the count with 2 outs here. Call strike.
Good. Field's probably taking all the way right there. Good pitch. Crier split that outside half.
Three two the count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and they get out of the inning.
Good job by Crier right there. Went down 3-0, came back to strike out Fields to end the inning.
But not before a lot of damage is done. It is 14-1. And we head to the middle of the 5th inning, and non-select baseball playoff format. We talked a little bit early in our early pregame, but things have changed a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, we talked about, obviously we know there's 24 teams that are going to make the playoffs, right? The first 8 teams in the power rankings will get a first round bye 9 through 24. They'll play the best out of 3 at the higher seeds park April 16th through 19th, and then rounds 2, 3, and 4, again, the best of 3 at the higher seeds park. And then as well as rounds 1 through 4, the finals will be the best of 3 at McMurray Park. So it's a little bit different. We're used to kind of a first round, 1 game, and then semi and finals, 1 games also. So they're added 3 games for the first round and 3 games for the semis and the finals, best of 3 for those series.
Well, we head to the bottom of the 5th, and this is going to have to be a big inning for the East Ascension Spartans.
A new pitcher is going to be Caden Hughes, number 11 for the Griffins. Good job by Caden Hill.
Yep.
Don't even have to scratch out the
Caden.
Different, they spell it different.
That's all right. Nobody can see our scorecards.
Got Caden Hughes and Caden Hill and Gotros with X's and U's.
Ethan Dill will lead things off from a 7-hole spot, followed by Brennan Crier and Caden Gotro. And the Griffins are 3 outs away from finishing this one. But the Spartans might have a little something to say about that. Bottom of the order. Dill, his only trip to the plate, popped out to first base in foul territory.
A little bit quick on that one. Jerked it outside. Ooh, good pitch.
Just a tiny bit missing outside.
Yeah, not sure where that missed. Looked like I think the umpire might have gave up on that one. That was kind of one of those comebackers. Started outside and had a little bit of tail.
Boy, that one tailed in. A little high that time. Quickly, we're 0-3.
3-0.
3-0 is what I meant to say. You cannot have an 0-3.
Yeah, you can. It'd just be struck out.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you don't hear a lot of 0-3 counts. And that will be popped easy can of corn to shortstop.
Even that ball he had to come in on.
All
See
right,
that?
I
He
know
was
it, I
he
know
thought
it.
he was just going to be right
It
there
was
on the
easy
edge of the
right there,
dirt.
right
Yeah.
there.
He had to come halfway in. But, I mean, we talked about the playoffs. It's just so like the semis aren't going to be at McMurray Park this year either. That's going to be at the higher seeds.
That.
Yeah, that's going to be at the higher seeds at the higher seeds park as well. So they're only going to have finals in McMurray Park this year. That's different.
It is. I like McMurray Park. It's a neat place. Brings up Brennan Cryer. Cryer will pop this one off the fist, and the catcher will make the catch and pick it.
Ooh.
And we're 2 outs, just like that.
A couple of jam sandwiches right there delivered by Caden Hughes. That ball's tailing in. I'm telling you, we both noticed it. That ball's getting on their hands. Might have a pinch hitter.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get a number here.
And that will be driven into left center field. A nice hit.
That was Darren McGee.
McGee, yes.
Come in there pinch hitting for Gautreaux. Got that first pitch right where he liked it. Hammered it into left field for a base hit.
Back to the top of the order with Peyton Morrow. With 2 outs and a runner on first. A little ways to go yet for EA. That one will tail in and miss inside.
And again, when you have a pitcher that has a good two-seam, a good tailing fastball like that, I know I mentioned it earlier about the breaking balls, how much they can make this wind against you make that ball move. It's doing the same thing here for Caden Hughes' fastball.
Foul ball, right field, left field side. Wind blowing directly in, so it's going to hold up a fly ball. As it has all day. I mean, we're surprised that we haven't seen. Inside again.
A little bit tall. Got some of the plate. Must have been high.
3 balls and a strike. We definitely want to thank both of our schools for the hospitality. Always so great to come to East Ascension, and that will be a called strike inside. Well, not inside, over the plate.
Oh, and then he picked him off at first.
And that will do it. What a ball game it was for the DUTCHTOWN Griffins as they come away with a 14-1 victory in 5. And that was a heads-up play by Pickett at catcher.
Yeah, I think he might have thought that ball hit Morrow right there. And I don't know. Kind of caught him in a bad spot right there.
Either way, we always want to thank Eric Brownfield for all the help that he gives us as well up here. And, again, both of these schools, very hospitality, a lot of great hospitality here for both sides, and we appreciate it very much. Well, that was going to do it, my friend. That was a good ball game. We certainly want to thank our great crew, Priya Singleton, who took one for the team, Hannah Grace Votro, Andre Chapoy, and also our director, Courtney Lawrence, and, of course, Lyle Boudreau back at Master Control. We appreciate everything he does for us. Mike, it was a great one. It was a tough one for East Ascension, but the DUTCHTOWN Griffins remain looking very strong.
Yep, a couple more games. They have to play again Tuesday. They'll play the same matchup over there at DUTCHTOWN. Not sure what that outcome will be, obviously, but then, the Griffins will follow up with Live Oak the last 2 games. If they go in there with still only 1 loss and Live Oak is undefeated, it's going to be quite the matchup. DUTCHTOWN goes in there, sweeps, they can win the district, right? Kind of flip everything around. Like you said, just got out of hand a little bit too early here for East Ascension, just a little bit too tough to make up.
Now it's prom night for East Ascension, and we will head home. And have a great night, everybody, a great afternoon. It has been a great one here at Spartan Field, and we will see you next time. For Mike Moeller, I'm Jimmy Frederick. Have a great night, everybody.